Hello, this is Pixel Freak, and today I'm taking a look at a game called Combo Crew. This game came out a couple days ago on Android and iOS, and what it boils down to is a smash-em-up brawler game, but it uses a very unique and kind of innovative touch interface control mechanism. Now, it does have its pros and cons, but let's go ahead and jump right into the gameplay and we can see how this one breaks down. When you first enter the menu screen, you're presented with two different gameplay modes, King of the Tower and Combo Crew mode. King of the Tower is a standard mode where you'll go through a progression of levels. There's different sets, basically floors that are in this building, and then you go through different levels in that floor, trying to get all the way through the tower. It's a progression, it's level-based, and that's really how you would beat the game. Combo Crew mode is an interesting take on a survival match. Really, you just go through it and go wave after wave, trying to get as many enemies as possible. But in between levels, if you like to, you can send invitations out to your friends, and then they can fight kind of like for your honor, and you'll gain your health back so you can go farther and farther into the survival mode. Now, you have objectives within Combo Crew mode that if you meet those objectives, you get more of the in-game currencies so you can buy more of the unlockables. And there are a decent amount of the unlockables in this game. For fighters, you start out with only 2 different characters, and you have 2 more characters that you can unlock as you see fit. There's also a plethora of different combos that you can unlock for each character, and there's also upgrades that you can do that will make you attack better or be able to equip more consumable items. The list of consumable items is actually fairly long as well, but one of the things that I really didn't like about this game is that the consumable items seemed a little bit expensive for what you got out of them. I would normally say this is just a ploy for people to be buying more in-app purchases, but this game doesn't actually have any in-app purchases. For that reason, I think that the consumable items are probably a little bit more expensive than they should be, but they're there for anybody that would like to use them. It should also be mentioned that in the Combo Crew mode, because you'll want to pause the game and allow your friends to come in and fight in your name, you can actually juggle multiple games of Combo Crew mode through the save slots that are available at the bottom of the game. It's a really cool, neat little feature that I'm really glad that the developers had added, because if not, then you'd be waiting around and it just doesn't seem right. On the topic of summoning your friends, unfortunately for Android, you only have 2 methods to do so, Facebook and email. And I'm not sure how other people feel, but I really dislike linking Facebook to the games that I play. I don't want to bother my friends list people. My grandma doesn't need to know that I'm playing Combo Crew. And email just seems very archaic. It would be really good to see the developers add in support for the new Google features, but I'm sure it was one of those deals where those features are so new right now that they just didn't have time to develop them, to put them in. In both gameplay modes, the fighting is pretty much the exact same. You're thrown into a room, an arena, if you will, with a bunch of other enemies, and more enemies kind of jump into the fight as you go and as you beat all the different enemies. But you have to swipe the enemies, much like on Fruit Ninja, to attack them. Now, you're also given a whole bunch of special moves that you can assign by unlocking new combos and assigning them to different gestures. But really, you get a combo for swiping down with 2 fingers, a combo for up, left, and right. You get a normal punch by just swiping an enemy, and then if you swipe the enemy and hold, you can do like a super mega punch that blows them across the screen. You can also, as a counter attack, when an enemy has a little red exclamation point over their head, you just simply tap the screen anywhere and then you'll go into counter attack mode. Now, if you're in a combo already, a lot of times you won't get that exclamation point, you won't get that counter attack right away. So you need to be careful about how you're executing your combos or else you're going to get attacked, and that's going to hurt your score. Your score determines your overall ranking in the level, and you're ranked between bronze, silver, and gold medals. When you get a gold medal in a level, you're awarded a little controller icon, which that unlocks the new characters and it unlocks the combos for each character. So you want to get the gold medal if you can. If you can somehow get through each fight with perfect scores, meaning you never get hit, you'll actually get a little gold P as well. I don't think they actually have any function aside from just saying, hey, pat on the back, gold star, you deserve a cookie. So I found there was a couple different things that kind of took away from the game, and the game probably could have used a little bit of work. The first place is with the combos. Now, the combo system is fairly robust. There's a ton of combos for each character. Clearly, there was a lot of work put into all the different animations that go into each attack. The problem that I found was there really isn't that much difference between each attack. I found a couple different ones that I really liked that really seemed to work for me, and then I just repeated the exact same actions over and over again. That is the exact same problem that we saw in Brawlers back in the 90s, and it seems that that problem is still alive and well today. The second thing is the lack of variance between each level. Now, you're going to fight the same enemies over and over and over again. There's new enemies introduced here and there as you progress through the different levels of the tower, but for the most part, you're using the exact same tactics. In fact, each world or each level, the boss is the exact same guy. You just keep moving on and he keeps doing the exact same thing. The fact that the game is somewhat monotonous is offset a little bit by the fantastic gameplay the game has, but it still held it back from being that next level game. Despite these shortcomings, Combo Crew gets way more things right than it gets wrong. The graphics are amazing. The performance in the game is unparalleled. I don't think I ever got a stutter no matter what was going on the screen. The controls are interesting and effective, and I think when you add all that up, you have a concoction for a great game. So overall, I'm definitely going to recommend this game. Some people might get a little bit bored after playing it for a little while, but for me, this is a great one. At $2, this is a run and go buy. This one should be in your device. This is one of those experiences that's really fun. There's no ads, there's no in-app purchases. You just pay $2 and you're ready to go. For that reason, I am going to give Combo Crew 89 pixels out of 100. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and until next time, this has been Pixel.